Here are the top 10 worst LEGO Minecraft sets and minifigures. So to start us off, here are the top 10 worst LEGO Minecraft sets of all time. Let's go. Number 10 goes to the Wool Farm. Now the Wool Farm is quite a creative set, as you can make the sheep into all sorts of different models. But as a set, it feels quite bland. And I think there could have been more detail in the set, such as the shears looking more like LEGO Minecraft shears, instead of just looking like scissors. This is still a pretty good set, and is quite accurate to the game, other than those shears. But I just feel it could have been more detailed, and it just feels a bit bland. Spot number 9 goes to the Mushroom Island. Now don't get me wrong, this is quite a cool set, as it has the mushroom biome, and it's the only set to have that biome in. But it just keeps to the nature of the mushroom biome in the game. It's quite bland and boring, and doesn't really have anything that makes it stand out. And other than 2 mushrooms, there's not really much to this set. So playability isn't very good. Plus, because it's a mushroom island biome, it wouldn't really incorporate very well in the LEGO Minecraft world. Still a nice set though. Spot number 8 goes to the Skull Arena. This set came out in 2018 and is actually an okay set. The problem I have is that the build just isn't very good. And I really don't think this battle arena fits inside LEGO Minecraft world. And the only really good minifigure you get in it is the Killer Bunny. It's still not the worst set of all time though, so that's why it's up here on the list. Spot number 7 goes to the Mushroom House. This set came out quite recently, and isn't actually the worst set. If I'm being honest, it just feels really bland and not very fun. And the only thing that I'd buy it for is that spider jockey. Because being honest, that mushroom build is kind of useless. And that's why that takes spot number 7. Spot number 6 goes to the Fox Lodge. Just by looking at it, you can tell why I don't like it. It's another mob house. And not the best one either. It's really small and kind of useless if you're trying to make a world. And although playability is okay, and it could be okay for a standalone set, I just don't really like it. And you all know my opinions on those mob houses. Spot number 5 goes to the Abandoned Mine. If I'm being honest, the Abandoned Mine just feels like every single Minecraft set. Like the cave, or the dungeon, or the mine, or the first adventure. We have loads and loads of cave sets. And the Abandoned Mine is one of those that feels like we've got it 100 times before. But the only reason I buy it is for that slime. It looks kind of cool. Spot number 4 goes to the Panda Nursery. I know it has pandas in, but the set itself is really bland. Consisting of only a small little tower in the middle of a plains? That's kind of boring. I meant jungle, not plains. The only reason this isn't higher up on the list is just because it has those pandas in. But it is on this list though because it is quite a bland set. Spot number 3 goes to the Iron Golem. Despite it having an Iron Golem, this set was boring. All it had was a zombie, a few iron blocks with a pumpkin on it, and just this plains biome. And I know the whole set was revolved around that one Iron Golem, but it just feels too boring as a set itself. You'll notice a trend here is that a lot of these sets are really bland, and not very fun to play with. And that's why the Iron Golem gets on this list. Spot number 2 goes to the Pillager Outpost. I know people might get mad at me for this one, but I think it is. To be honest, it was really disappointing, because all we got were the outside builds of an outpost, and then they just called it the Pillager Outpost. This is a society if LEGO Minecraft would actually make a Pillager Outpost. Jokes aside, I think this set is a really big disappointment, and they could have done something really good with the Pillager Outpost. Spot number 1 goes to the End Battle. This one's kind of obvious. This Ender Dragon is really bad. And the setting you get in isn't very good either. It's got this tiny little tower in it, so it's barely even playable. And the dragon is just really ugly, and just doesn't look good. And that's why it's the top of this list. But I guess you do get a code for a skin in-game. But that doesn't really help the fact that this dragon looks awful. So those were the sets. But do any of them translate into minifigures? Let's see. So, here are the top 10 worst LEGO Minecraft figures of all time. Let's go. So up at spot number 10, we have the newer Ender Dragon. This minifigure came in the End Battle a few years ago, and you can already see why it's a bad minifigure. It's clunky, inaccurate, and is really ugly. And if you compare it to the old Ender Dragon, it makes it look like garbage. So that obviously takes spot number 10 on this list. Spot number 9 goes to the fox. Right off the bat, this minifigure is kind of cute, but then if you think about it, the face just doesn't look right. The minifigure looks more like an orange cat rather than a fox, because it feels like the face dimensions for it are wrong, because it feels like the face should be wider according to the game. And that is an inaccuracy that needs to be solved. Because I'm not sure we always want foxes looking like cats in LEGO Minecraft, because that's not very good. It wasn't even fixed in the newer set, the Fox Lodge, which is all based around those foxes. Spot number 8 goes to the older Iron Golem. This minifigure came in the Iron Golem set, which I've already talked about in another video. And it just feels a bit too round, and it doesn't feel very accurate to the game. The face printing and the chest printing is really good, but it's the arms and legs that don't really do it for me. But thankfully we did get an updated version in the Pillager Outpost, which looks more accurate to the game, even though the Pillager Outpost also got on that same list as the Iron Golem. Spot number 7 goes to the spider from the Spider Jockey. This minifigure came in the set The Mushroom Lodge, and with the skeleton on it looks okay because it's a spider jockey, but if you take the skeleton off, that's where things get a little bit ugly. The spider ends up looking very flat and not very good. And I do understand this is so the skeleton can sit on it, but it still doesn't look very good for a LEGO Minecraft minifigure. Spot number 6 goes to the skeletons. So the skeletons are a very common minifigure, but they have one very big problem. And this problem is that the body is round. In this minifigure, they've reused the bodies of older LEGO minifigures. And when it's LEGO Minecraft, this doesn't really work as they are round. And as we know in the game, they are definitely not round. On my illegal things about LEGO Minecraft video, I had a comment saying the only round thing in Minecraft is the shadows. And yes, I guess you are correct. Spot number 5 goes to the Blaze. Some of these minifigures may seem like really good minifigures at first, but then you think about how they can be illegal. For example, the Blaze is actually a very cool minifigure, but it has round areas in it. And last time I checked in Minecraft, they're actually rectangular areas around it, not round. Spot number 4 goes to the fox-suited minifigure. This minifigure came in the Fox Lodge, and I think it's kind of useless. This is one of those skins that LEGO Minecraft does, and this one isn't very good. It's pretty much a furry. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I want that walking around my world. But I do get that it goes with the theme of the Fox Lodge. Spot number 3 goes to the Ghast. I'm talking about the Ghast that shot fireballs. That one is ugly. Compared to the old one, this one just doesn't look very accurate and doesn't look anything like in the game. And seriously, couldn't LEGO have done something like the old one? Put something that goes over the top of the shooting part? Because that would have made it so much more accurate and it wouldn't be on this list. Spot number 2 goes to the Hoglin. Now this minifigure is there for obvious reasons. Now people were really shocked when this minifigure came out. It was an amazing minifigure with amazing prints on for the eyes, but then it had a great big line of grey all throughout its face. And that is very inaccurate and makes the minifigure look really ugly. And speaking of Hoglins, spot number 1 goes to the baby Hoglin. This one just took it one step further by having that grey line right at the bottom. Like, both the Hoglin and the baby Hoglin are almost tied up because of how bad they look. And really, LEGO could have done something like a special print for the Hoglins, but they decided not to. So those are the top 10 worst LEGO Minecraft sets and minifigures. Those were pretty bad. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You could subscribe up there. There's another video down there. See you all next time.